marijuana shake on the floor of the car.
Officer, that was cigarette ash, okay? You didn't find no marijuana.
I'm not charging you with marijuana. But here's what.
If you're not charging him with marijuana, then why are you asking him? Why are you asking him that? Yo, and this is just crazy because it's sad to see a young black. Do he got the strap? What the fuck? Chat, there's no way he needed an assault rifle to ask this nigga questions. In what world does a cop ever need an assault rifle?
I ain't going out tonight. I'm just gonna be in my room. I just wanna be in my room. I just wanna be in my room.
Okay. Today we're watching when racist cops realize they've been arrested. That's crazy. We were watching a video about the baby before this, and this one came up. It's 4 a.m. by the way, but I wanted to post a video. It'll probably be this one actually. So let's get into it.
Cops have always been around, going around abusing their power on minority groups.
He saw this and he wanted to make a problem.
But what happens when these racist cops get caught in the act?
Man, look at this
He saw
nigga.
this and he wanted to make a problem.
But
Do this? What do it look like this nigga did? To be honest, he don't even look like one of those. It ain't nothing this man could have did. At all. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying this dude committing a single crime.
what happens when
Look at him.
these racist cops
Look at his neck movement.
are on minority groups?
He saw this and he wanted to make a problem.
But what happens when these racist cops get
Really? This is your criminal?
caught in the act?
I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
Here are 3 examples of when racist cops are caught, starting with the shocking case of Kyle Erickson, who tried to frame a black suspect.
Look how young he looks, chap. Just when I thought this shit was over, man.
Erickson, who tried to frame a black suspect.
A little bit of weed.
On the 13th of March 2018, Officer Kyle Erickson and his partner pulled over Jason Serrano and his friend for an apparent broken taillight. However, this stop ended up getting seriously out of hand when a cop tried to plant evidence.
The car smells like marijuana, so we're gonna check it. All right?
What the hell?
Then that's it. Then I gotta make sure everything's good with your end. Just get the taillight fixed. There's nothing in the car. You'll be good to go. All right?
Immediately, the cops claim they can smell marijuana in the car and say that they're
Chat, how much can you sue people for doing this? Like, tell me. There's no way they get off scot-free.
gonna have to search it. Usually a civilian has the right to refuse a search, but if the cops have probable cause to believe a suspect has committed a crime, they can bypass that right and search their property without consent. Smelling weed on the property technically counts as probable cause, and because it's impossible to dispute while looking at body cam footage, it's often used as a way for corrupt cops to easily begin a search without the suspect's permission or a warrant.
We need to check the
Why would you try to plant something with a body cam on? I just don't understand.
car, so I need you to hop out.
All right, I'm getting out.
Okay. Hang out with me.
I don't have nothing in my jacket. I'm not.
Okay. Well, he's gonna check it.
I don't have nothing
No,
in.
my man.
No.
Relax.
No, I don't need to be.
This situation's about to escalate for no reason.
No, because I don't. I
relax.
didn't do nothing.
It was in the car.
No,
We're gonna search
this
it.
is
Yo,
on
you need
me.
to relax.
It's my possession. Come on.
Relax. Relax.
Relax. Put that jacket down right now.
Put the jacket down. Cuff him up.
For the rest of the body cam
What
footage,
the fuck?
Jason is left on the ground, handcuffed, and visibly in pain from the takedown. It took almost 20 minutes for an ambulance to arrive. It's unclear in the body cam footage, but with how much pain Jason is in, it's obvious that an unnecessary amount of force was used to take him down. So
What
for the
the
cops,
hell?
this is just where the story begins, and you can see the exact moment reality sets in for them.
Alright, I'm searching the rest of the car. Actually, I'll let you check. Here. There's my flashlight. I'll stay with him.
The officers are fully aware that they've hurt Jason, and if their car turns up empty, all they've done.
Bro said we gotta find something. My nigga was finna get the bag.
Is searched a car without a warrant and used excessive force to unlawfully detain a civilian. However, if they do find something illegal, then all of that should magically go away, as Jason and the driver go from civilians to criminals, and they're just helping bring them to justice. At this point, it's not necessarily just about race. They're trying to save themselves after making a violent mistake. Obviously, this is horribly corrupt, but nevertheless, the stakes are high for the cops. Their jobs are on the line,
Look at that
and
nigga.
they have to find something.
No, she has a proper documentation for the plates. Temporary registration's valid. Just ran her permit only. He doesn't have a driver's license. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did you see if my partner found anything yet?
Oh, brother.
See nothing.
Nothing?
After searching the entire vehicle for about 5 minutes, the cops turn up not.
And you hear these niggas disappointed because they didn't find anything. It's just so crazy to me.
Nothing, and they both start to seem more and more agitated.
Not really though, it's not crazy
But
at all.
here's where things start to take a dark and shady turn. When the officers fail to turn up anything, they decide to get a little creative.
See nothing. You know what I mean? A little bit of weed.
Without even trying to hide it from his camera, the detective places a small bud of marijuana in the cup holder of the vehicle where he's already checked multiple times. The way the officer does this without even trying to hide it implies that he's almost certain that this will never come back to haunt them.
This nigga stupid, bro. You didn't even try. He dropped the shit in the cup holder, then picked it back up and placed it in 4K.
It even suggests that this might not be his first time doing it either. In fact, the way the cops have been talking to each other the entire time indicates that this might just be a regular step in their process.
You good? Yeah, good? Yeah.
All of a sudden, the cops have a case against Jason. During the stop, they smelled marijuana in the car. Jason became combative after they asked to search it, so they took him down and searched the car, where they found not only a small piece in the cup holder, but even flakes in his jacket. This is the story that Jason was taken to trial over, and he was charged with marijuana possession, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental administration. It took over 2 years for this body cam footage to emerge, and only then would Jason's charges be dropped. Predictably, no charges were brought against the officers, but it did raise an important question. What else has been caught on these cameras that's being hidden from us? This is why some
Boy, hell nah. I'm hiring fucking Saul Goodman. I'm hiring the best lawyer money can buy, bro. You're insane. I'm finna cut him the crazy check.
Some people feel it's important to record their interactions with police themselves, just like this black police graduate did when he was confronted by these two officers blatantly racially profiling him.
Can we see some ID?
No, what for?
I just asked you.
What's your probable cause? To ask me for ID.
It does not have a handicap placard.
Read the plate, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. DV. That's disabled veteran plate. We can park in handicapped spots.
Let me see some ID, please.
No.
The man recording is a graduate of the nearby police academy and was wearing full gear and uniform, including his duty belt with a loaded weapon. Because he's police academy,
The nigga's in uniform. It doesn't get more stupid than this. Did you just try to, like, I don't even know what to call this. Like, bro's trying to backdoor his mans.
he's certified, he's completely within his right to wear the gear, but the officers aren't buying it. So the graduate tells them to run his name through TCOL, an agency that, amongst other things, keeps track of every police officer in Texas. If the graduate is cleared to wear his gear, TCOL will prove it.
Run it.
Run them.
Run it. Call T-Cole. You have no justification or probable cause to run up on me. Yeah. Yeah. Why? 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 You detaining me?
I don't want you to get hit by the car.
No. Then my question is, are you detaining me?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so then don't tell me where to go. He's not too smart. Because first of all, even you know, if I have disabled veteran plates, I can park in a handicapped spot. Even you know that. No, they ain't just changed that. It's been that way.
The problem the officers had was that the graduate was parking in a handicapped spot without displaying a parking permit. But his car has a disabled veteran.
I don't give a fuck if they just changed that. Nigga, it's a law now. So what do you have me here for? What are you saying? They just changed that. So you know he changed it. Like, are you dumb?
Veteran plate, a license plate given to many Army veterans who've made a bodily sacrifice during their active duty. Owning the plate lets you park in handicapped spots without a permit. This is fairly common knowledge across America, especially for cops. But it seems that these officers forgot about it here, and the graduate thinks he knows why.
He just saw this, and he saw this, and he wanted to make a problem. That's your reputation there, Joshua. Come on, man. Yes, it is. How many black officers you got? One.
Yeah, we don't have one right now.
One.
Yeah,
I know. And you barely let him in.
It's difficult to disagree with the graduate. They had absolutely no reason to stop the graduate and demand his ID. Maybe a new recruit could forget about the veteran plates, but this man is actually a police captain and has many years of police service under his belt. Evidently in a department with next to no black representation. Eventually the officers return to tell him he's free to go, but the graduate isn't leaving before saying one last thing.
You know, you're feeling small now, aren't you?
No, not yet.
You shouldn't run up on people. You have no probable cause. If you wanted to follow me and run my plate, you could have done that.
Talk to anybody?
No, well, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you. That's right. I already told you that. Waste my time and you. You're supposed to be a captain, and you don't know the disabled plates have a right to park in a parking spot. And you violating people's rights, running up on them without probable cause. I'm in a uniform doing the same thing for you for free. So what? I don't care what he thinks. I'm a graduate and I have T-code certification. I have T-code certification. Yes, I do. That's what you checked it. Says who? My certification doesn't say expired. You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So take a walk. Walk of shame, Captain. Don't ever you run up on me again. Do you understand? And learn the law, and you better have probable cause before you run up on somebody in uniform. You don't have no reasonable suspicion because I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
I'm a graduate of the police academy, okay? Just like you years ago. You probably couldn't even pass the test. Right now. You
Damn! He called that nigga stupid.
You go. You get going.
Getting into fights with other uniformed police officers definitely isn't the best look for a police captain, especially after racially profiling that very same officer. And because the graduate was filming the entire thing himself, he was able to show the city manager, and that very same afternoon, it was revealed that the captain was no longer working for the police department. Unfortunately, though, it's extremely rare for cops to actually be reprimanded after behavior like this, as is obvious in the case of Montre Little. In this case, the cop not only lied and threatened Montre, but he even cost the city $75,000 and still got away with no punishments. On July 15th, 2018, Montre and his friend were pulled over by the police. The stop started out normal, but quickly evolved into a perfect display of how cops will try to force you into a false confession through corruption and, in this case, racism.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. How you doing, officer?
Is this your car?
Well, it's a rental right now. My car's been shot.
Okay. Did something break down?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. You guys just came from over at the park, right?
He gave him the yes sir and everything.
Just hanging out.
That's it? Is this your car?
I just told you my car's in the shop, officer. This is a rental.
Okay. How do you start it?
What do you mean? I just put my foot on the brake and I put it in drive and I drive, officer.
At first, this may seem like a harmless question, but asking the driver, Montre Little, how to start the car essentially implies that the cop thinks he stole it. If Montre was unfamiliar with the vehicle, he would have likely struggled to remember how to start it. And if he fumbled around a little before remembering, it could imply he was under the influence. But Montre kept his composure and passes this first test totally fine. The cop, however, still isn't impressed and decides to take things further by tricking Montre into giving his property over.
So it's your car, though? Did they give you a fob or something?
My car, officer.
Did they give you a key fob or something? Or?
Yes, sir. officer.
Like, what does it do? Does it?
You see, that should let you know that it's in.
Okay. Do you have any weapons on you or in the car?
No, officer.
Okay, can I be honest with you? It smells like marijuana in the car, and I can see shake on the ground. Your buddy's giving me the idea that maybe he's got a gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think.
How?
I don't know. Just the way, I mean, just the way you're holding yourself, man. Like, that's why we're nervous, man. That's it.
Not only did the officer mislead Montre into giving the key.
Not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie. I'm rolling up the windows. And I'm telling him, listen, I have the right to remain silent, bro. You're gonna have to shoot me, bro. It's just no other way. Cause you're literally fighting so hard. He asked him 3 times if it's his car. Now it smells like marijuana? I'm out, bro. Like you lost me. Nigga, who do you take me for?
He's over, but he's also suddenly decided he can smell marijuana in the vehicle and based purely on a hunch that the passenger is hiding a weapon. Both.
You think Buddy got the strap? Really? Why? Because he's black?
Both of these things, especially the marijuana smell, are often used as a...
Yo, y'all can't, like... And then y'all really don't understand why it's so terrifying to be pulled over as a black man. Like, it's just, you know? I can't, bro. I see them red and blues. I'm... You know what I'm saying? Like, I be shaking. That shit is scary. And it's really like an ingrained fear because I don't, like, it's not like I'm really afraid of niggas. It's just like, with all the shit I seen, bro, niggas would just start some shit. Like, bro, Buddy was chilling. Niggas like, oh, can I see your, is there something in your jacket? Nigga, what? And he wasn't even driving the car. He was in the passenger seat. And they put bro in the hospital. Like, I just can't. I can't. George Floyd, like, I can't. Niggas want to say George Floyd was a criminal. Like, did he have to die? Was he harming the officer? I'm just saying, man.
A reason to search the vehicle, bypassing the need for consent by the property owner. The speed and order in which the officer works here is...
Same shit with Trayvon Martin. Niggas saying, oh, he was a criminal. He was robbing people. Did he have to die? You know people go to jail for stealing, right? I don't get it.
Extremely suspicious. Confiscating the keys without even mentioning it implies that he already decided he was going to search the vehicle and that he was trying to make Montre feel helpless or even threatened. Emotions you can clearly see on his face as they're stolen from him.
Literally, on God, you can see the look on his face. I don't understand how a grown man could really just prey on a child, like, not even a child, just like a young man like this. Like, you see this nigga is clearly young and he's terrified, and you think he just gonna, like, kill you? I don't know. Like, what's your game here, bro?
Go ahead and step out, Montre. Yep, I just told you why. 3 times. You want me to recap again? I mean, I told you I'm a cop. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out. Don't flex. Don't flex. I don't know what you're doing, man, but you need to knock that off. Stop pulling on your arms. What's going on, dude? Where are you trying to get? What are you doing, dude?
Officer, I'm not doing nothing to you.
Well, you're making me think something funny is going on, man. Okay, so slide over. I mean, your heart is thumping, dude. Like, you're beating.
Officer, don't, please.
Everything the cop has done and said so far is textbook in terms of corruption. This is obviously a serious event for Montre, but the cop is deliberately trying to be lighthearted and jovial about the whole thing, using words such as funny and silly to purposefully seem condescending. He also mentions that Montre...
Maybe his heart is thumping because he's nervous? Maybe this is the first time he's ever been put in handcuffs? Like, what is... And then you just cuff Buddy for what? You cuffed Buddy because it smells like weed? Come on. This shit don't even make sense to me, bro. He's giving me pedo vibes, you know?
Montre's heart is beating fast and that he seems nervous.
Bro gets
Another
off
classic observation that appears time and time again in these cases. Think back to the stop of Marion Humphrey, whose truck was searched for the sole reason that he seemed nervous. Innocent civilians such as Montre will always feel anxious or even angry in this situation, and it's an easy observation for cops to make to detain them and obtain probable cause, which is exactly what the cop did. The search uncovered nothing illegal in Montre's car, but the cop kept him in the back of his patrol vehicle. This is where things start to get really shady.
I did everything you asked me to, officer. You thought there was a weapon. There's no weapon. We wasn't doing anything wrong, officer. I'm not sure why you pulled me over. At your rental, everything is fine. There's no breaking taillight or nothing, officer. I did nothing wrong with you.
Did I make anything up when I said the car smelled like marijuana?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Hold on.
Because there was nobody smoking in the car.
Is there marijuana shake on the floor of the car?
Officer, that was cigarette ash, okay? You didn't find no marijuana.
I'm not charging you with marijuana. But here's what.
If you're not charging him with marijuana, then why are you asking him? Why are you asking him that? Yo, and this is just crazy because it's sad to see a young black. Do he got the strap? What the fuck? Chat, there's no way he needed an assault rifle to ask this nigga questions. In what world does a cop ever need an assault rifle? Anyway, not even really as important, but very important. Why does he have this? Anyway, it really sucks to see him force this out of him. I mean, he didn't really force it, bro gave it up. Me personally, oh, you didn't see nothing. And to be honest, he might have. But nah, I'm taking that shit to court, bro. He planted that shit on me. Bro, that shit was not mine.
If you want me to be real with you, like I want you to be real with me for a second. Like, did I make that up?
I believe so, officer.
Okay, so you want me to just write you the ticket for the stuff that I have to write you tickets for? If you think that I'm lying, like, then we'll go to court and we'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Or do you want to just be real with me and I'll be real with you?
Wow, officer.
Montre is being aggressively backed into a corner. The cop obviously knows that he's done something wrong. He's only trying to get Montre to forget about it and move past it without further incident. When he doesn't, the cop threatens him by saying he'll write up the ticket and he'll have to take it to court, where it'll essentially be Montre versus the world. It's also important to remember that cops are allowed to lie and use deceptive tactics to extract a confession. If Montre had told him that he didn't make up the smell, then in a weird, twisted way, he essentially just admitted to possessing illegal drugs. Luckily, Montre maintained his story and was reluctantly let go by the cops. Just days later, Montre sued the city and after a year of fighting, reached a settlement.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, my nigga, cause hell nah. That's a blessing for real. Hell nah. And this shit come from the city? I'm sorry, city. I'm sorry, New Jersey. You just gonna have to hold that.
Of $75,000 based on an unlawful traffic stop and warrantless search. The cop was removed from patrol duty, but not fired, despite leading one of the most callous displays of corruption ever caught on camera. But the police are extremely good at one-upping themselves when it comes to corruption. Take, for example, the time when 2 Californian cops essentially kidnapped a man eating lunch in his own car.
What's going on?
You live around here?
Hey, don't touch,
Relax, bro. Relax. Hey, you match the description of somebody, okay, that just committed a burglary in the area.
What the hell?
On camera, so don't step out the car.
Is your body cam on?
It's on.
Yes,
it's on.
Step on out, dude.
We'll explain everything to you, okay? Just step out of the car. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You're being detained for a burglary investigation, okay, sir? So step out.
No.
Do you live in the area?
I'm not answering any questions. Don't want my lawyer.
Okay. Step out of the car. You're being detained right now. All right. Step out of the car.
Firstly, the suspect named Jamal Williams does everything right. He tells the cops he's not answering any questions until he has a lawyer. Unfortunately for him, though, the cops aren't having any of it because he matches the description of a suspect. That technically gives them the right to detain him while they investigate further. What's interesting is that the only description...
Hell no. I'm telling them niggas I don't match the description. Plain and simple. I'm telling them niggas, no I don't. Chat, my girlfriend just sent me this. I don't know. It says go to bed. It's late, and it's a cat looking at the phone. I guess I gotta end the video, man. Y'all like it, subscribe, share, do what you gotta do, man. Have a good night. It's sad to see a young black. Do he got the strap? What the fuck?